Have you ever wondered how the decisions you make shape your journey to success? Each day you're faced with countless decisions, big and small. Some seem insignificant, like what to wear or what to eat for breakfast, while others feel monumental, like choosing a career path or investing in a business venture. But no matter the size, every decision we make plays a pivotal role in determining the direction of our lives. Let's unpack this. Imagine your life as a vast ocean. Each decision you make is like setting a course on this ocean. A single degree off at the start might not seem like much, but over time and distance, that minor deviation can lead you to an entirely different destination. This is the power of decision-making. It shapes not only our present, but also our future. But here's the twist. It's not just about making decisions. It's about making mindful decisions. What does this mean? Mindful decision-making is the process of consciously thinking about the choices before us, considering their potential consequences, and choosing the path that aligns with our values, goals, and vision for our lives. It's not about making the right decision every time. That's impossible. It's about making the best decision we can with the information we have, and being willing to learn and adapt when we inevitably make mistakes. Mindful decision-making is like a compass on our ocean journey. It helps us navigate the waves and currents, keeping us on course towards our desired destination. It allows us to take control of our lives, rather than being swept along by the tides of circumstance. So the underlying truth is this: every decision, big or small, mindful or mindless, is a step on the journey to our success. Each choice we make is a brick in the foundation of our future. Our decisions shape our actions shape our habits, and our habits shape our destiny. So the question isn't whether decisions impact our success, but how we can make decisions that guide us towards our goals. So what does it mean to make a decision mindfully? Well, at its core, mindful decision-making involves being fully present and conscious in the moment. It means not allowing your mind to wander off into the past or future, but instead focusing on the here and now. It's about not letting your emotions cloud your judgment or obscure the facts in front of you. This might sound simple, but in truth, it's a skill that requires practice. Just as a musician hones their craft or an athlete trains their body, so too must we work to develop our ability to make mindful decisions. Now, a key component of this practice is self-awareness. You see, we all have biases and preconceived notions that can influence our decisions, often without us even realizing it. By cultivating self-awareness, we can begin to recognize these influences and take steps to mitigate their impact. This brings us to clarity. When we're clear on what we want and why we want it, our decisions become more focused and effective. It's like using a compass to navigate through a forest. Without it, we might wander aimlessly, but with it, we can chart a course and follow it with conviction. But let's not forget, making mindful decisions isn't just about rationality and logic. It's also about aligning our choices with our values and goals. It's about asking ourselves, does this decision serve my larger purpose? Does it reflect who I am and who I want to be? This is where the art of mindful decision-making really shines. It's not about making the perfect decision, it's about making the right decision for you in that moment, based on your goals, values, and the information at hand. So while mindful decision-making may require effort and practice, the rewards can be significant. It can lead to better outcomes, increased satisfaction, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. So there you have it. Mindful decision-making is about being present, cultivating self-awareness, achieving clarity, and aligning our decisions with our values and goals. Remember, mindful decisions are not about perfection. They're about making choices that align with your goals and values. Now that we understand what mindful decision-making is, how can we apply it in our own lives? Well, it all starts with small steps. Mindful decision-making isn't about achieving perfection overnight. Instead, it's about making a conscious effort to improve the quality of our decisions, one choice at a time. First, we need to learn to pause. In today's fast-paced world, we often make decisions on autopilot without giving them much thought, but to be mindful, we need to take a moment to pause and reflect before making a decision. This doesn't mean we should overthink every single choice we make. Instead, it's about giving ourselves the time and space to consider our options and think about the potential outcomes. Another strategy for mindful decision-making is to consider the long-term consequences. Often, we make decisions based on immediate gratification without considering the long-term effects. But to be more mindful, we need to shift our focus to the long term. Ask yourself, How will this decision affect me a week, a month, or even a year from now? This perspective can help us make decisions that align with our long-term goals and values. Now let's talk about consulting with others. We often think that we have to make decisions on our own, but the truth is we can benefit from the insight and experiences of others. Whether it's a trusted friend, a mentor, or a professional advisor, don't hesitate to seek advice when faced with a tough decision. Remember, two heads are often better than one. Lastly, be honest with yourself. Mindful decision-making requires self-awareness. It's about recognizing our biases, our fears, and our desires. We need to acknowledge these factors and consider how they might be influencing our decisions. If we're making a decision out of fear or desire for approval, for example, it might not be the best choice for us in the long run. So, to sum up, mindful decision-making involves taking a pause to reflect, considering the long-term consequences, consulting with others, and being honest with ourselves. It's a process that requires practice and patience. But the rewards are well worth the effort. By making decisions mindfully, we can avoid unnecessary stress, improve our relationships, and ultimately, create a path that aligns with our true values and aspirations. It's about making decisions that feel right to us, not just in the moment, but also in the grand scheme of things. Remember, every decision we make is a step towards our future. And by making those steps mindfully, we can ensure that we're moving in the direction that truly resonates with us. With these strategies, you can start making more mindful decisions that will steer you towards your desired success. Mindful decision-making is not a one-time event, but a consistent practice. But what happens when we consistently make mindful decisions? To understand this, let's imagine a river. Every day, the river flows, carving its path through the landscape. The water doesn't make a conscious choice to shape the land. It's just a natural consequence of its consistent movement. Now, consider each of your decisions as a droplet of water in that river. Over time, these droplets, these decisions, carve out the landscape of your life. So, what's the effect of consistently making mindful decisions? It's like adding a touch of intentionality to each droplet, directing the course of the river with more precision. The cumulative effect of this practice can lead to significant changes over time. It can accelerate your journey to success, creating a clear, intentional path through the often chaotic landscape of life. Think of it as a snowball effect. The more mindful decisions you make, the bigger the impact. One mindful decision leads to another and another, each one building on the last. This consistency can lead to a cascade of positive outcomes, amplifying the overall effect of your decisions. But remember, consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be times when you'll make mistakes, when your decisions may not lead to the outcomes you desire. That's okay. It's part of the process. What's important is to learn from these experiences, to use them as stepping stones on your path to success. Consistent, mindful decision-making is like exercising a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. Over time, it becomes a habit, a part of who you are. It's a powerful tool that can help shape your destiny, steering you towards your goals with intention and purpose. So, keep practicing mindful decision-making, because every decision you make is a step on your path to success. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We've delved into the profound impact of decision-making on our individual paths to success. We've discovered that mindful decision-making isn't just a buzzword, it's a vital skill that can be nurtured and honed over time. We've explored some effective strategies to help us make more mindful decisions, from pausing to reflect, to considering multiple perspectives, to understanding the consequences of our choices. We've also highlighted the transformative power of consistent, mindful decision-making. It's not about getting it right every time, but about cultivating a habit of thoughtful, intentional decision-making that can guide us towards our goals. And now, it's over to you. Reflect on these insights, put these strategies into practice, and start making decisions that are not just reactive, but proactive and mindful. Remember, your decisions shape your journey. So make them mindfully and watch how they lead you to your desired success.